Well, welcome back to another Run Disney rundown. I'm going to be riding solo here for just a little bit. Katie's going to join me once she gets home. But man, we are here to talk about a race weekend already in September. And that's cool. That's exciting. And an inaugural race weekend. That is something cool, something new. We love new things. We've got a whole expo, courses, medals, all of that fun stuff to talk about and break down here for you. I am going to pretty much jump right into it. Big thing here that I'll definitely highlight is some of the differences that I see and changes they've made from the Disneyland weekend. Of course, we had some of our critiques about that, and it does look like they have addressed some of those issues. And like I said, I will kind of get into those. If you are running this weekend, we are so excited to see everyone, excited for you. Hope you have fantastic races. We might as well just go ahead and start a little bit with this weather. It is going to be hot, very, very hot. I think we're looking at around 70s for race time at 5 in the morning. So this could definitely be a tough one. I know my plan for the half was originally to more or less race it. We'll see kind of where I decide to fall on that. Now, I do have the benefit of training in Florida, so I am probably good and well heat trained, honestly. But we will see kind of where it actually falls once we get there and we see what the weather really feels like for us. Again, though, if you have any questions about the weekend or you're just watching, want to chat, please feel free to throw it up in the comments. I do appreciate it. Like I said, riding solo for just a little bit until Katie gets here. So let me know if I sound okay. I was having some problems with my mic when I was recording the other day for DCL. And hopefully I got that all good and fixed. But why don't we go ahead and get into it a little bit. So Katie and I are running the challenge. Nice little out of focus there. So we are actually not going to be getting in until Friday. So we're going to miss the first day of the Expo, which means we will not have to deal with the virtual queue. Now, I will say the virtual queue from Disneyland worked just a little bit differently from the virtual queue at Disney World. It does look like they changed it just a little bit. Whereas for Disneyland last time, you could make it like a pretty big group size, and it's just one scan for them. You don't have to like add all of your family members before like you do here at Walt Disney World. That is still the same, but I believe it is capped at 4 people now for your virtual queue. I believe it was more people before. I could be wrong. But yeah, if you were doing the first day, you have that virtual queue. It is still a similar process to joining a virtual queue. If you were going to join, does anything in Disneyland even use virtual queues anymore? I can't remember. But yeah, the process to join is same, but there is only one QR code as opposed to adding like friends and family like you would at Walt Disney World. I will say that was a little bit of a cluster the first day there at Disneyland. Hopefully that is kind of smoothed that a little bit. People were kind of self-queuing before it, and then finally it got so overwhelming in that like outside area by the expo that they were like, go away until your time is called, is essentially what they told us. But I will also pull up all of the images and all of that fun stuff. Let's go ahead. I will note too, there was like there's some information that I think is lacking from this expo. Like I could not find a map of like the pre-race like meetup area, and I could be wrong. If you can find this, or if you're watching live and you can find it, please let me know, because I am on the virtual expo guide and cannot seem to find it. But we will go ahead and get into talking about the Expo a little bit. Expo, as for format, seems to be pretty similar to what it was at Disneyland in January. But you do have later times compared to Walt Disney World, which is pretty sweet. Looks like consistently it runs a little bit later. Um, Health and Fitness Expo, Thursday, September 5th. It says 10 p.m. to 8 p.m. That is obviously not right. It should be 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Thursday. And then you're looking at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. on September 5th. That's the Friday. Oh, lovely. They all say September 5th. I'm just going to throw this up here so you can see why I am having such a hard time reading what is going on here. Yeah, so they all say September 5th, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then you can see they've got PMs and where AM should be. So all sorts of fun things going on there. But then when we get down here, there are two different kind of maps we can go over here. You have the first map. This is going to be your check-in. Essentially, it's going to be your bib pickup. And when you walk, this is at the Disneyland Hotel in the Disneyland Expo Center. Super easy to get to from the Disneyland area, just right across the road there. It is where we're staying, so super easy for us to go and get our bibs. But right when you walk in the main entrance there, if you're not going to the virtual queue side, which is kind of in and to the right, this is pretty much straight and straight up the stairs. And then once you go up the stairs, basically to your kind of right-ish is another entrance. There was photo drops and stuff kind of going all up through that for Disneyland, which was pretty cool. But then once you walk in, this looks to be pretty much the same setup as it was for Disneyland weekend. You've got your challenge right there to the right, as well as basically all of your services on the right-hand side there. And then all of your individual races are on the left. Should be pretty smooth, same process as any other race, which is usually pretty easy there. But yeah, then once you get through that, you head downstairs. This is really the main event. This is everything all in once too. A little bit more cramped than what you're used to at Walt Disney World if this is your first Disneyland race. It is cool though. You know, you can go kind of ebb and flow through different areas, except for the merchandise for the first day. You do have to go through that virtual queue, or it is a line section if there's too many people on the other days. Typically after the first day, though, it's not too bad. If you are just joining us, welcome. Let us know if you're running this weekend, what you're running, or if you're running any Run Disney races this season. Let me know what you're running. And going back to it, yeah, so you get in and you kind of have to go outside to go through to that virtual queue area if they are still utilizing that. And you'll see you have the big Run Disney merchandise section. That still looks pretty standard to what your Walt Disney World merchandise section is. We do have a vlog from our Disneyland weekend where we're kind of going through that section. It was pretty crazy, though. It is a little bit tighter than at Walt Disney World. Not quite as many corners that you can kind of go to disperse and try on your things. But then right below that, you can see the Expo, the exhibitors and sponsors down there. I did like at Disneyland, they had some different exhibitors there. They had quite a few different things, which was pretty cool. I did not see a list of the exhibitors, though, and I know they have not been posting them quite as early. But then you do have the Run Disney Hub and the photo ops there. The Run Disney Hub, that was where like the big castle photo was for Disneyland. So there was like different photo drops down there. And then right outside of that area, kind of opposite, was also more photos. I believe that's where your number signs might have been. And then as well, once you get right into that main entrance there, to the left is the race shirts. They did just drop the race shirts. We just posted them on our Instagram stories as well, or at least the reel that they posted. They are pretty cute, and I am excited that they are short sleeves. Not that I was expecting them to be long sleeve, but I would like some short sleeve shirts that are not princess themed. I have springtime ones, but I also have tons of the princess themed short sleeve shirts. So it'll be nice to have some short sleeves that I can at least wear, August through October, basically. And again, if you guys have any questions or you're joining us, let us know if you're running or what questions you have, whether they're Run Disney in general or they are more specific to this race weekend. We will go ahead and actually, you know what I want to talk about is the fact that PhotoPass is included for this weekend. That is like such a nice perk, especially with last at Disneyland. They kind of dropped the ball a little bit on the PhotoPass. It was not as uh, present as it is at Walt Disney World. So hopefully we will see a little bit of remedy to that, but it is nice that at least those pictures are included, so you don't need to go ahead and purchase a PhotoPass package just for your photos to to potentially be non-existent. And then codes are out. They're all 2024 HHMW, and then D5K, 10K, half, and your bib number. And those will be on the back of your bibs as well. So super easy to find and pretty cool that everyone gets their photos included. I'm not super worried about the yoga unless someone specifically wants me to talk about it. Again, I am going to go ahead and throw up the 5K page. Way less information than like other race weekends. Like this is all they give you is a couple bullet points over here about the start time and the race map, and that is how all of them are for this weekend. Again, no like zoom in of the staging areas or any of that, which I thought was again kind of interesting. But 5K, super cool course because you do start right at the entrance of Disneyland, or not the entrance, but actually down Main Street, essentially, right by the castle. And then it takes you through back by Fantasyland. You kind of do a little loop through the outer area backstage, and you come in by, I want to call it Toontown, but that does not sound right. Mickey's Toontown. And then you're coming back in through Fantasy, going down and around by Adventureland and back through Frontierland. And then you're going through a nice little portion of Galaxy's Edge there, and then you're going back out. And is that the tram like area? Is that no, never mind. That's not the tram area. It's just a backstage area. And then you do still cross the Esplanade, so that would be a good place to catch your runners for sure if you want to see them go by. I believe they are also letting you in over towards the finish area, but we found when we did that for Disneyland, they were very restrictive on where you could watch. It was basically at the corner by right before the bridge for Pixar Pier, and there was just not enough room for people. But again, I would probably recommend the Esplanade. They were also not letting people down by the finish. You had to kind of wait for them to finish and walk up towards you. But you go across the Esplanade, you're going down. I can't even remember what that back area by Monsters Inc. is called, but then you're running by Guardians and by Marvel, and then down through Cars Land, and then back across and all the way around Pixar Pier is where you'll finish. Awesome little 5K course. Awesome course. Really, I would like to do a Disneyland 5K for sure. Was not in the cards for us this time. Maybe next time we do a Disneyland race, we will try to squeeze it in, because these are just such a cool course, such a cool amount of park time in there. I mean, 2 parks out of a 5K is just awesome. And again, really not a ton of information over on the end here. Basically, they are recommending that you get to the staging area by 4 a.m. and the race starts at 5 a.m. I think it says that for all of the races. Whew. Lots of talking. Oh, and I think my support just got home, so that will be nice. Why don't we go ahead and move into the 10K, though? Again, not a ton of information. You have a couple bullet points about times. Race start is off of Way, and I believe they're gonna make you go, and before they made us actually walk down Harbor, I believe it was a little bit, and go towards the backside of where that parking structure is. No real map other than I'll show you on the kids race. You can kind of figure out where some things are on the kids race map. But this does have you start over there on Harbor down the road. And then this is looking pretty similar to the 10K course that we saw before. This is like best 10K course of all Run Disney, I think. Awesome, awesome course. I mean, again, tons of park time. It's like what, about 4-ish miles of pretty much straight park time, which is pretty sweet. This is like, if I could recommend like one Run Disney race, this would be very highly this would rank pretty high, is one of the Disneyland 10Ks. We got that cool Haunted Mansion theme. I do have pictures of the medals. We can go over that at the end. But start, and this very similar start, you're taking that left on the harbor and going over by the convention center there.
Take
Why, hello.
it. Hi, friends. You say Esplanade funny.
Do I?
Yes, I was
Cool.
listening in the car.
Cool. But we were just talking about the 10K course here. But yeah, so you go down, you're going by, what is the Pixar hotel called now?
I think it's Pixar Pier Hotel.
Pixar Pier Hotel. And you go into that backstage area, and you're running down and around over, and you finally enter kind of right by Guardians and by, I can never remember what this side of the park is called.
I can't see where we're.
It's like where the animation stuff is and where Monsters Inc. is. You enter in around there. Then you're swinging towards the main side of the park over towards Marvel, I believe, doing a little backstage and going back over by Cars Land. And then you're going again around that Pixar Pier. You do the whole loop of Pixar Pier there, which is pretty cool.
I think that might be one of my favorite parts about the 10K course because you get the nighttime Pixar Pier with the lights. It's very fun.
Yes. As I said, the 10K is just like the best.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited.
Yes. And then after that, you're going through the Grizzly Peak area. Forget what they actually call that area as well. But that area is cool because it's like kind of dim. It's like sparkle lights.
Yeah,
all
well,
that
usually,
fun stuff.
if I remember correctly, the way they light Grizzly Peak looks very cool because you can see it super well, like the shape of the fake mountain that they have. So I love it.
Yeah, and then you are going across the Esplanade and going down Main Street there. Oh, I hope they have the projections again. That was really cool.
Yes, I'm sure. Why wouldn't they? Yeah, keep your eye out on Main Street for the projections because you missed them the first day. You said you didn't see them for the first 10K because they had them at the 10K and the half, and I remember you said that you just
I
didn't
missed
realize
them, but they were there. They were in my
'cause I saw
video.
them. Well, yeah, in the video, but it is very, very pretty. Like their Main Street is amazing.
Yeah, and then you are cutting a left by Adventureland and then cutting a quick right into Frontierland. Is this a little bit different or is this?
Yes, because we went the other way around Big Thunder, I believe. And we may actually, you know what? We ran by Haunted Mansion, and we're not running that way this time because I remember going. One day we went over the bridge near Pirates, and then one day we went on the lower part. So I don't know how the half map shakes out, but the 10K is different there.
Interesting. But that does have you run back through the castle, actually, through the front side of the castle. And then you are going through Fantasyland and back by Galaxy's Edge. You're going in and out of Galaxy's Edge and then back in by the Millennium Falcon, which again is pretty cool. You get that. Hopefully there'll be like a good PhotoPass setup there if you're running kind of away from the Millennium
Do
Falcon.
we go right by, because that's something we don't get in
Disney
Disney
World.
World. It's because of the stairs that exist there. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, so hopefully that ends up being as cool as we want it to. Walt is trying to hop on our lap here. Hey, bud. And then you
Yes.
are going backstage just a little bit again and entering back in by Toontown and running all the way up through Fantasyland to Tomorrowland. Do a nice little loop around Tomorrowland and then exiting out backstage. The area's kind of cool. You can see where they park the trains and park the
Mm.
monorail. And then you are running on Service Road. There's actually a tunnel, which is where the little skipped lines are.
Which they had projections inside there
Yeah.
last time too. So it's a kind of a cool thing. You get a little downhill and a little uphill. I remember the music. They play music in there as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a cool part.
Yep, and then you are bringing it around into the finish. You do kind of a little
Hairpin.
loop on the road there.
Yeah, that's like nice sharp hairpin. I wonder. I guess you'll probably see the people coming back
Yeah.
on that road. That'll be cool.
Oh yeah, I guess if people are still starting, although they do.
No, I meant the hairpin
Yeah,
right there. Yeah.
yeah, you'll see people kind of coming and going both ways. They do at these races. I expect it's going to be the same. They like start you pretty quickly.
Mm.
Not as many mini waves or any of that. It's pretty much like, let's go, let's get you off the road here type of deal.
But you do start, since you're starting on a road, like good amount of room. You
No.
know. No, you don't think there's room? I
No,
feel like
way, way tighter than.
at the beginning. Well, yeah. I think it was the 10K where I had to like start and stop a lot because my bib kept falling off. So I
No,
could
I
be
thought
misremembering.
both races for this was way tighter of a
Uh-oh.
situation than at
Okay.
Walt Disney World, especially the halves.
Okay. Don't listen to me. He knows.
But that about finishes up for the 10K. Again, kind of have to extrapolate whatever information we can because there's no maps about the start finish area, which I thought was, again, still super weird. But again, the most exciting race though of the weekend.
I think. We'll see if it holds up from the first time, but I can't see why it wouldn't. It was so fun.
I really think it will. But then why don't we go ahead and talk about the half here? Let me see if I can actually get a better image of this going.
While you do that, I know you already, because I was listening, talked about the shirts being posted. My favorite shirt, I believe, is going to be the half marathon one. I think it's so cute. I love the Mickey, Daisy, Clarabelle Sanderson sisters. It'll be really nice. Short sleeve Halloween shirts for us. I heard you say that too.
Yes, I am definitely a fan of the short sleeve action. There we go. That
The
will
artwork is so good for this weekend.
give us a little bit more. But you can see it's, again, same little bit of information. Basically, they want you to be there by like 3:30 to 4 over at Harbor, and then race starts at 5. Race line closes at 5:30. So it looks like they are definitely going
That's
to be
moving people out really fast.
Yeah, definitely trying to move people out pretty fast. Again, if you guys are just joining us, you're running this weekend, let us know, or if you have any questions, or just feel free to chat and say hi. We love a good chat. We do have a little bit of changes to this course here. Now, the slog part has not changed that much. There is one notable good change in that area, but there is still a whole lot of highway
Lots of
going on with
roads.
this. Yep.
Load up some music. Maybe I might do an audiobook. We'll see. We'll get through it. We'll get through it together. Maybe a spooky audiobook.
But this will start pretty similarly to the 10K, where you're starting and you're running down towards Harbor, and then taking that right by the convention center, mile 1 over by Pixar Pier Hotel, and then you are cutting into the backstage area. You actually enter the park earlier, because they did make some changes to an area that people were pretty upset about. So you're actually cutting in over kind of, looks like the backstage area by Cars Land, and then you're running out the Cars Land entrance, I believe. And then you're going and doing the loop around Pixar Pier there, and then you're doing the loop around Grizzly Run. And this was where they had you exit here, and it was very tight. People did not have a good time through that area. It was like a
Mm.
standstill for a
Oh
long
yeah,
while.
that was rough. It was a standstill for me.
But instead, it has you going down by the main entrance, and then you're cutting back into the park. I believe going over by Marvel, and then you're cutting back to a backstage area and coming back in over by the old theater and Guardians, running back by Monsters Inc. Hit mile 3, and you are crossing through the main entrance, it looks like,
Yeah.
through the double doors over on the side there, and then into Disneyland. And the Disneyland section, I believe, changed a little bit as well. Looks like they're pretty much just avoiding the construction over by
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion completely, which makes sense.
Nice. It means we get something a little different.
Yeah,
It's good.
yeah. Still, I mean, still cool park sections for sure. You are coming in, you're cutting that right. Kind of like this reminds me a lot of like Walt Disney World, Magic Kingdom
Yeah.
park time.
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland
Backside
through
of castle.
Fantasy, coming out through the front side of the castle, and you're going back in by Adventureland, and then you're cutting through New Orleans Square, Frontierland. And then you are doing that same little loop where you're kind of in Galaxy's Edge, you're out backstage, and you're coming back in by the Millennium Falcon. And then you are cutting out and then cutting back into the park by Toontown and swinging around there. And this is
Small World right there that
yeah.
you're going around.
Yeah, you go around Small World. That was pretty similar to how we exited last time as well. And then this takes you to the slog of this race. Mile 5, you are done your park time. All the magic is done. Now we will see if maybe they do anything to help up the entertainment value along this, but at Disneyland it was minimal.
You can maybe we'll come up with a quick and easy like how many warehouses can you see scavenger hunt? Something to pass the time.
Let me know
A little
what the
group activity.
best rated tile and grout store is along this route, please.
Yep. I might do the ABC game this time. I know Sky, his sister, did it last time and she said it helped.
Yeah. Lots of just like industrial area and that sort of stuff. But only nice thing is there's a couple like little overpasses and some dips, but for the most part, it is pretty much like flat open road. It's a lot of space for the most part.
Yep.
But you were going 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way. Once you get to almost 9, it starts to get a little bit more interesting because you are going by what Brian calls the pond, but it's the Honda Center there, the stadium. Yep. It looks like we're not going through that stadium parking lot though, like we did last time.
I liked because they had like this. I'm sure
they had the mascot and people out for it. That was a good.
Pretty sure they were like their marketing interns were out there, but it was still fun.
It was fun, yeah.
And I like hockey, so but maybe I don't know. Maybe where the food stop is, that might be like the edge of their parking lot.
That does look like it's like the edge of their parking lot there. It's also like a cool view because you also get a view of the train station, which is pretty cool. Vacation mode asks when we're flying out. We are flying out Friday morning. So flying out Friday and doing the expo and basically going right into race mode when we get there.
Yeah. And I think we're going to go to Disneyland that day if we don't fall asleep.
Try to make it happen.
We really want to see Fantasmic.
Yeah, we do. We have always missed Fantasmic.
I mean, I've seen it, but
I haven't.
And I haven't seen this new version.
It's always been down.
Yeah.
But back on to the course here, you do swing back onto the Santa Ana River Trail there. That is a little terrainy. You've got some ups and downs going through there. Pretty little area, though.
Is it pretty? I thought it was kind of ugly, but maybe I'm remembering.
I mean, it's just like a drainage canal.
It reminds me of that scene in Greece where they're racing the car in like the canal. That's always what it reminds me of, which you might not know what
I guess I do know what you're talking about. It's not
That's always
inaccurate.
what it reminds me of.
But you run through that. I believe you come out by the train station, which was where we came out last time, and you cut across, and you actually get to run through the stadium this time, which was, I think, the big thing we were missing from Disneyland.
Yes. And I believe last time I did Disneyland, they did bring in groups to cheer in the stadium, and I think it was like local like Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts or something like that. So hopefully they'll have people like in the stands cheering for you. I feel like that I remember that. Now I will say similar. I when I did this was September of 2016, and similarly it was very hot, and I was very dead by this point of that race. So we'll see how it goes. But
Should make your that parking lot section a lot more palatable because before there was a lot of zigzagging through that parking lot. So this should be much more entertaining though, which is nice.
yeah.
And then from there, you're kind of in the home stretch. You hit mile 11 right after the stadium. You got to go and do a little bit of a turnaround as you're kind of switching roads here.
Vacation Mode just commented on the cars in the parking lot. And if I remember correctly, beforehand or in years of old, the car like mile, like the car club was on the road right after this stadium. So this Gene Autry Highway. So we'll see if they're around then as well. But I love the cars that come out. Hopefully they get more out this year.
Yeah, we had a little bit. It was just a small section. It was like a Corvette club or something like
It was
that.
in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Is where they were. So we'll see if they come out again. I think
Yeah.
so.
But then this you're basically running along the highway for this mile like 12 to mile 13. You go through like a little tunnel right before the finish. It's kind of like a whole lot of nothing until you get pretty much to the finish. The finish area is pretty cool though because you get the little turnaround that gets pretty hyped there.
The finishes at Disneyland I do really like because of just how many people can come out and cheer, and you're along like the roads there that spectators can be out. It's very fun. Um, it's just a different vibe, but I think it's good different. Or both are good.
It's fun. It's definitely a pretty like solid finish area. There's a lot of room for you to be able to spectate because you can spectate inside where they have the stands or again along kind of the
roads
outside of
there.
Disney Way.
Yeah.
There is plenty of room.
We'll have to see if I can't remember who it was who did that. It wasn't a Disney thing. The person who set up the Up House.
Oh yeah.
That was kind of it was in
That was
12 and a
about
half.
12 and a half, yeah. Right
That was
at that.
amazing. We'll see. I don't, if that's a group who's local who will come out again. I recognized who it was, so I'm frustrated that I don't remember who it was right at this moment. But hopefully they come back out and do something cool again.
Yeah, that brings you into the finish for the half marathon. Again, super cool like first 5 miles. It's going to be a little bit dull, especially that middle like 6 or so. It's
good time to look around, see the runners around you, pick out your favorite costumes, and enjoy the running aspect a little more than the park aspect. I don't know if you've mentioned this. I don't think you have because I was here for the end of the 10K. But one thing to keep in mind, the finish area is like pretty different than the Disney World finish area. It's kind of small and you don't have like characters and food and beverage and things like that the way you do at Disney World. So keep that in mind if you're
They did add
time.
food trucks. They mentioned that there'll be food trucks at the finish this time.
That's good because there wasn't much there before. It's not a huge area, so I get it.
No, it's not. So this is the kids race info here. This was like the best map I could find of the spectator area. Now, of course, this does not account for the 10K or half setup where that event entry is actually going to be the race finish. You're going to be cutting in and cutting right to the finish area. But you can kind of get a gist of the other sections there. You can see the spectator stands, and then the finish for Disneyland, you kind of went around that, and you had like some zigzags where you picked up your food, your medal, and all of that. I expect that'll probably be similar. You'll definitely finish and cut a left there. But then they did move gear check over to the event entry, so it looks like that is kind of right in front of you where that was over basically where the food trucks were. Not sure if they're going to have like a big stand or anything. They don't have it marked on this. They could, but that was like right where food trucks were as well last time.
Stage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then InfoCare, AWD. I think that's all pretty much generally in the same setup. Again, this map is not super great. It's not
Very
that I need it to be
specific.
perfect, but it's also I don't think it's scaled very well either. But this was the best I could find for the event entry. Like, it doesn't even really tell you that for the or for the 10K and the half, like the only entry was on this side. And now the morning of the race, they were guiding people to that side. But it just seems weird. Unless they changed it and you can enter from both sides, that would be, I think, preferred.
That probably. I mean, it would be nice to spread out. 'Cause if you remember, the 10K was like way backed up for entry, and they fixed it a bit for the half. It went a little faster, but maybe they have a new kind of plan to help mitigate that.
Yeah, and the big thing too is that it's still more of the classic Run Disney security. It's not the going through the Epcot security, which is a much faster process.
Yeah. So if you're not used to, or if you are used to the new Disney World process, it's back to days of old, and they didn't have quite as many people as they used to have. I think at World when they had to do it that manual way.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions here, I will pull up the medals here in just a second. I was just checking to see if there was anything that I kind of missed from the expo there. Other than, yeah, they listed they're going to have food trucks. Oh, on this one, the concession stand will be at the expo as well.
Which we did hit up last time we were there.
Yeah, we did get some chicken nuggets.
And mac and cheese.
Yep. While we were waiting for
Now,
our queue.
I didn't see it because I know last time they listed like that Starbucks was opening early and things like that. I don't know if that was mentioned on there.
Ooh, that would be a good thing to take a second and see if I can find. I wouldn't be surprised if it does again.
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, some mornings. Well, I think the only morning we actually used it was the 5K because it was 4 a.m., which is a little late. Or maybe we met there right at 4. We tried to get there right when they opened. I don't remember how early we went, but it was nice that they did open super early.
Yeah, I don't see it. Again, there's like just feel like there's information missing from this.
We'll see. We can roll with the punches. We'll figure it out.
We will, you're right. Why don't we go ahead and talk about the medals here? And then again, if you guys have any questions, you're participating this weekend, let us know what you're running, what your weekend plan is, all of that fun stuff. We do have this super cute 5K medal that we will not be getting.
I'm very sad that we don't get this medal and the 5K shirt. I think those are actually my favorite, but I'm trying to not think about that we're not doing it.
Another time. It is super cute though.
Yeah, I love Chippendale.
10K, Haunted Mansion themed. I think it's pretty cool and on theme there.
What is this like borders? Like a mirror? Is that what it's supposed to look like?
Looks like it's like the outside of a mirror.
Interesting.
Yeah, cool. You know what it does not say though? And maybe it'll say it on the band, but it doesn't say inaugural on it.
Oh, it might say it on the ribbon.
That's what I was thinking.
That's interesting.
And then
door knocker from the right. Wait, go back up to the door knocker.
Oh, yep.
Okay, you're so smart.
Yep, Kay said I'm doing the 10K. It'll be my first Run Disney. Oh, that's so exciting.
I'm running it with my friend Allie, and it's her first Run Disney too. So, yay, lots of firsts.
Oh, yep, totally the door knocker though. Good look on that.
20 points to Kay Gryffindor.
But good luck. We hope to see you out there. Hope you have a blast. And then I think this is my favorite from the weekend is this Hocus Pocus theme. I really like the clear element. You can see the band through the backside of it there.
And it's like the castle, but a spooky haunted house castle.
Yeah.
So cute.
I really like this one. I think it's
this is very creative.
Yes, exactly.
I know you've met some of the Run Disney artists before, like at pin events, and I want to figure out who did the art for this, and then I want them to sign it.
Yeah, this one's really cool. And then we do have the challenge. This is a spinner. I'm gonna guess that the backside is Sally.
Sally or Oogie Boogie. I could see either one.
Yeah, unless it says the race.
It could be.
And Kay said, thank you. Your videos have been helping me research Disneyland Run Disney. Thanks for all the hard work you guys do. Have a wonderful weekend.
Come find
you
us.
As well. Yeah, we will post on Instagram. I don't know that we're going to do like an official meetup, but we might just do
we're gonna be out and about a lot.
Yeah, we're hey.
We're going to try not to sleep as much this weekend.
I think we were pretty good about that at Disneyland
I
last time
slept I
too.
slept for like 3 hours after the half in January though. I'm gonna try not to do that this time.
I mean, at some point
We
you
can
got to
sleep the
sleep
next day
on our plane.
on the plane. Yeah.
But yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, cool, unique. Have we had a Nightmare Before
Yes.
Christmas Run Disney race?
Yes.
Have we?
Yes. It was one at the Wine and Dine.
Oh, that's right. Yep, yep. It was Oogie Boogie. I forgot about that. I forgot we had a whole like villains themed.
I block it out too. Don't worry.
Oh no, I like that one.
It wasn't
There was a lot
food.
of.
It wasn't food and wine themed.
Neither were like the last couple years.
I know. I'm mad at them about that.
Well, they have course corrected for you.
Yep. I'm very excited for this year.
We do have a super cute kids medal here too.
Yeah,
So
I'm excited that they're doing kids races. It doesn't affect me in any way, but I hope they bring them back to Worlds because I know people really like them. And I think
yeah, it was like another thing for people to do during the
family.
weekend. You go back to the expo for a little while. Yeah, it was all good and fun stuff. Of course, like we said, we'll be there. We're gonna record the races, probably vlog the weekends, record the expo, all of that fun YouTubey stuff that we usually do. Looking forward to having some fun and new content. Again, definitely cool that like it's September and we're talking about
I know
races.
it's weird. I mean, we did non-Run Disney September things last year, and then we did a half in October, but not Disney. So I'm excited that it's starting up so soon, and it's so fun.
Yeah, definitely makes that gap feel like a lot less.
Oh yeah, I feel like I kind of feel undertrained, even though I'm really not. But I think it's just because it's so soon.
It is soon.
Yeah, yeah. Like I did 11 miles a few weeks ago, so like I'm good, but I don't feel like it's time.
Yeah, I had that thought too. I was like, oh man, I'm like, I was like, what was my longest run, like my last long run? I was like, what was it? And I was like, oh wait, it was like 11 miles.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, I
We're
think
good.
I'm okay.
We'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, like, obviously, dopey and marathon training is kind of the
Yeah.
big hurdle here.
This is good. I mean, like I've said this before, this technically would be like my first week of like the Hal Higdon long run schedule, and it starts at 13 miles, so I'm just kicking it off with the 13-mile long run that he wants you to do.
Can you turn in your snack box for a food truck voucher? No. However, they did list specifically what is actually in the food boxes this time.
Yep. Which is kind of it's good because you can see that it's good stuff that we'll like. But
Oh, it does say may include though.
Oh.
So it can still probably be a variety.
They're covering their.
But you got the honey stinger
behinds.
waffle. What is that? Budako toast?
Yeah, I think that's
that crackers.
That chocolate chocolate company. They're like a sponsor at the expo. They'll have a booth and stuff there.
Gotcha. You got your cheese, you got your pretzels, granola, and then Mott's fruit snacks.
I do like it when they give us pretzels for the cheese. That's my favorite cheese combination. I like that more than the tortilla chips. Yeah, I'd never seen them listed before. It's been like the same thing a lot, but we've never had the list.
Yeah, also, hello, Marcia. Yeah, I mean, it's still all the same stuff. So, but it is nice that it's like, hey, this is what you're probably going to get.
Pretzels.
I miss the Oreo.
Do you remember the one year we got goldfish?
Goldfish are delicious.
Goldfish year?
Anything after a race is kind of delicious.
Some insane friend dipping his Oreos in the cheese though.
That sounds like something Tyler would do.
I think it was Tyler. I feel like Tyler ate that nasty pizza. I don't know what's up with Tyler.
When we ran the Eugene Marathon, we had the worst pizza of our lives, but Tyler ate like all of it.
Cold.
Cold.
Like a day later, so you know it didn't taste better.
Oh man, that's a little side rant there. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to hit on here. Other than again, I wish the expo had a little bit more information. Yeah, Ken Potrock, President Disneyland Resort. We're looking at the main page right now.
Yeah, we're just excited. Message us on Instagram if you're going to be there, and if you see us, please come say hi.
Yeah, always, always we love.
10K half Halloween Horror Nights. Ooh, you know what? I will never go to Halloween Horror Nights because it would terrify me. But I love watching videos of like the houses and stuff. But I've never looked at the California ones. I've only ever looked at the Orlando ones. So I'm gonna have to see what the California ones look like.
I haven't been in a while, but I do actually like.
Yeah, you like it. It a little too much for me.
I can't say that. I think the problem is it's not that I like it, it's that I like going with a group to do it. So like if someone's gonna invite me and be like, let's do Halloween Horror Nights, I'll be like, yeah, cool, sounds like fun. But I would never like organize it myself, I guess.
Gotcha.
Be the best way to put it.
I'm so sorry that I'm not doing this.
That's okay. I'm apparently not very concerned about it.
Yeah.
But all right, well, I think that is a good length. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, or you can always message us on Instagram. Again, we'll be posting all sorts of stuff kind of throughout the week. Lots of questions, stories, thoughts, all of that fun stuff.
Can I say something not Halloween half related?
Yeah, certainly.
Okay. I don't know if you could hear me because I was coming. I'm very excited because if you've watched some of our other live shows, I've talked about how at Princess Weekend I was just doing the half marathon and I was sad because I signed up for that before they announced the themes, and Snow White was the theme of the challenge. She's my favorite. I have since been able to upgrade my fundraising situation from the half to the challenge.
Yeah.
So now I get to do the challenge and I get all my Snow White stuff.
You know what I was thinking about?
What?
We are one race off of, not that I have ever cared about this. And if you do, that's fine. That's totally like,
Go you.
yeah, totally you. But we're one race off of a Walt Disney World perfect season.
Yes, but honestly, if we want to try it, I have intel that ACS does still have some 5K pins. So if we want to raise even more money for American Cancer Society, we could try to sign up for it. But that might be a little much.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Katie's gonna have cookies this weekend.
Yes.
She makes the cutest cookies. I think she posted them on our story.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure she'll post them again. So come find us and get like the most delicious cookies ever.
Yep, I made some Halloween.
No exaggeration.
I made some Halloween themed cookies. They're delicious. They're sugar cookies with a lemon royal icing on them. This guy has eaten about 1 million and still comes back for more. So if you see us, I will probably have cookies with you. You can take some. If you feel like donating, I'll have my ACS mobile app that you can scan and donate, but you don't have to. You can just take a cookie. I don't care. But yeah.
Yes, they are.
And we don't want to take these cookies with us to Hawaii, so please come clean us out.
That's true. Yeah, we are excited because we are going to Alani Monday after the race weekend, doing that little race weekend vacation combo.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of crazy. It's like an in and out Disneyland weekend.
So
like
much
last time we did like some days on both end.
Yeah, the Disneyland portion is gonna feel really quick. That's why I'm hoping we can get by with no sleep and then recover.
Yep, sleep on the plane.
Yep. Send us any Olani like hot tips you have because we don't know anything.
Mostly.
I mean, we've researched stuff, but we haven't been.
Yeah, but all right, I think that is actually gonna do it this time. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, all of that fun YouTube-y stuff. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.